What's up, guys? Welcome to the second episode of the Doghouse podcast with Jay and J-Dog, double J's.
Yeah.
That's right.
Last episode went really smoothly. I was happy with that.
We're pretty long too.
Yeah,
hour 24, something like that.
Yeah. We were shooting for an hour. Got some extra time in there. It's always good. I've been pretty busy, and you dressed up. You dressed up today.
You know, it was warm outside today. It was 65. Pretty warm to me.
You put the palm trees on.
And I mean, I was feeling a little bit of, some desert kind of.
Yes,
I was just feeling
that.
it. I was just feeling it a little bit.
All right. So you have a possible, I guess we could have a possible trip coming up.
Possible, yes.
Possible. Did they ever get back to you? Nope.
No.
It's still very hopeful.
Yeah, I'm so it's pretty much I confirmed that I'm going, and you confirmed to me that you're going. So
wait, unconfirmed or confirmed?
No, confirmed.
By who?
I mean, can I say names?
I mean, I don't think it really matters.
I mean, Craig asked me, and I said I'm going.
Yeah.
And then he said you could go. It was like we could both go.
But so we're still.
As far as the date, it's not confirmed.
Okay, and we're still waiting for a response back from the
I guess so.
People. Yeah,
I guess so.
So, Josh has a possible trip coming up. Well, I guess he's definitely going. Pretty much, he's gonna make some money over in
Qatar.
Qatar.
That is Qatar.
I've been spelling it wrong every time we text.
Yeah.
But you have a possible trip coming up. You'll be teaching over there for how long do you plan on staying?
2 weeks. So it sounded like 2 weeks. I'll be over in Qatar, teaching one of the sheiks out there in Qatar.
Sick.
In Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Teach some wrestling.
And Jay's coming. Whether he realizes or not, I will kidnap him if I have to.
The moment Josh brought up this trip, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. How can I implement myself into this? Aside from money, like honestly, if my trip is like covered in stuff, I'll go and not make money. I'll like just go to like do random shit over there.
Just a trip.
Yeah, just the trip. Yeah, that would be cool.
I mentioned it at practice too. I was like, we've been talking about a trip.
That's yes. We mentioned it on the last podcast. So we mentioned like camping or something.
Yeah, camping or just we were talking about going back to Japan at some point together. Like some sort of cool trip. We can go somewhere, just like experience somewhere cool.
Yeah.
And then falls right in our lap.
Yep.
And I was like, okay.
Manifestation
at its finest.
Do you think manifestation is a real thing or not?
100%.
Really?
Times 1,000.
Expand on this, please.
Okay. So the way I word it, I guess, every time I think of manifestation is everything in this room, everything in Austin, around you, the world was kind of manifested.
Yeah.
If you think about it. The whole planet, all the cities, at some point started with a thought. Maybe even a thought within the subconscious, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's definitely manifestation. Someone in Qatar, I was looking up videos of Qatar, bro.
That's cool.
Have you seen what it looks like?
No, but I sent you that video of people probably in like California surfing down.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Down that mountain. That, like,
that's like Qatar times 1,000.
I want to do that.
Like, I looked up videos. It's the top 5 most wealthiest country like in the world.
Wow.
Based off like GDP per capita or something like that. And anyways, seeing how fascinating that city is, someone had to think, like, see an empty desert one day and be like, I want a $1 billion city here. And they kind of manifested it into reality. So it's 1,000% real.
I see that. I can see that as well. But even like, all right, I was complaining to Nicky Rod about this. I was like, who goes to Las Vegas before Las Vegas is a thing? They go to essentially a desert, like a pit in the mountains. Like everywhere you look in Vegas, there's just mountains.
Hot,
hot as fuck, dry as fuck. You need lotion. You need saline spray, or else you're gonna get a bloody nose from breathing there.
That's just Jay.
Yeah, I do have a very sensitive nose, but regardless, I was like, who goes here? And it's like, you know what would be a great idea? Let's put a bunch of casinos so people can come. Is there any roads out of Las Vegas? I think it's just flights. No,
I don't know. I've never been in Las Vegas.
It's crazy.
It's
like
crazy.
you look everywhere you look around, it's just like you're just in like a pit, and you're just surrounded by a wall of mountains. It's terrifying. I don't know if there's any roads.
I don't know at all. I have zero knowledge of Las Vegas. Never been. But I guess to that thought, have you heard of a movie called "If You Build It, They Will Come"?
No.
It's a movie, but I guess it's kind of like Las Vegas. It's like, if you build it, they will come. You know what I mean? It's
Fair.
like whether it's in the desert or wherever, if people want to gamble, they love that party life.
Yeah.
If you build one of the coolest cities in the world maybe country that comes to partying and gambling, people will show up.
That's true. But like, it's still crazy to me that like
It is crazy.
they built all these things and people want to go. I don't know.
Will fly.
I don't know.
They'll fly across the world
Yeah.
to go to the city out in the middle of the desert.
Yeah. And how does that end up being like I believe that's the fight capital of the country, if not the world.
Really?
Yeah. So like Vegas has UFC, like the UFC Apex is there.
Boxing.
There's always
Is that
boxing's
where
always there.
that dome thing is now? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
The big advertising
Yes.
dome? That's
Yeah.
in Vegas, yep.
Yeah. Nikki Ryan's mom actually went in there and watched like a show in there. And she said it was
Really?
like crazy.
I saw a video of that on Instagram.
Yeah.
Of like,
Yes.
they're
Yeah.
doing like concerts kind of too in there. Like it looks like
Yes.
you're like surrounded.
Just like all
Right, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So maybe after mentioning that, it makes sense maybe why some people would go there.
Fair.
We start naming all this cool stuff. We're like, why would anyone want to go here?
But I honestly, the trip, like the last trip I went to Vegas was I was coaching the guys for UFC Fight Pass Invitational.
Oh, that was recently. You were there recently.
Yeah, and we were there for like 6 days when we only really needed to be there for like 3.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of stuff done for the dog house, like just try to like a lot of thinking, a lot of sitting in my room alone, completely naked.
I can just see Jay now, just butt ass naked, staring
Yeah.
out the window,
Like,
out into the distant mountains. Just
yeah. Yes.
such an intellectual man.
Yes. What did we mention before? We were talking about manifestation. Oh, I feel like so manifestation. You're saying it's absolutely a thing because it's like you're speaking things into existence. But I kind of have I don't know if this is considered like devil's advocate, but it's like maybe you're not speaking things into existence, but you're thinking about it, and you're just thinking about it more often, so you see it more when it is there. It might, like for a red car, for example, uncommon, but when you're always thinking about a red car and then you see a red car on the road, you're like, oh, that's crazy.
You see it everywhere. Yep.
I spoke that into existence. Or could it just be like it's always there, but now you're just thinking about it more often, so it's there?
Yes, that'd be a better way to describe it. You took the words right out of my mouth. Right before you said that, I was just about to say, I think manifestation is just a fancy word for thinking.
Yeah.
And if I'm constantly thinking about a certain thing, I feel like naturally you're going to see that thing more.
Absolutely.
Or if I'm naturally thinking about becoming something, I will naturally do the things I need to do to become that thing.
Yeah.
So it kind of ties into a book I read one time called The Secret.
Oh, you told this.
It gets a little more sciencey. That could be a little like, if you believe it or not.
Yeah.
But basically it was describing, it gets pretty crazy, but in the book it was talking about how in the world there's like frequencies that are always traveling around the world like at all times, whatever. And if you're constantly subconsciously thinking and saying out loud, like, I don't know, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. How can I be a millionaire? What do I have to do? It's sending out these frequencies from your brain that basically will go out into the world. And in this book, it even says space. Like our thought frequencies can just travel forever. And when it runs into like other frequencies that are related to that topic in our mind or something like that, like it can slowly gravitate all these things toward each other, right?
Interesting.
Like look at us. I mean, I just was yesterday talking to my girlfriend, and I was like, man, I've only been actively training at the B team for less than a year.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've been here for longer than a year.
Yeah.
But I was sitting out sideline for like 5 months.
Yeah.
So actively training less than a year. And that's not a lot of time. But within that time, I was like, look how much has happened.
Yeah.
Within just that short amount of time. It's insane. And a lot of it was stuff I was talking about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. And then out of all the people on the team, out of all the people in Austin, you're someone who is constantly trying to self-improve themselves, kind of strays away from, I guess the typical partying at someone your age and stuff like that. And we kind of gravitate toward each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that all does not happen by accident.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. It is kind of crazy to think fucking how many things have to like go certain ways, like how many decisions
yes,
like other people made for even us to end up here.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's crazy.
Like our parents like deciding to move to a certain place rather than this place. Maybe I wouldn't have like gotten into wrestling. Maybe I wouldn't have. There's just so many things.
Yeah, so many things. I think it all stems from just thoughts.
Yeah.
Right. You're like, oh, I want friends that wrestle. I want friends that want to self-improve themselves. I want this amount of money. I want to be this. You want to be a good athlete. You need to be a jiu-jitsu, one of the best jiu-jitsu guys. And then it turns out your brother is one of the best jiu-jitsu guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens some way, somehow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's always. So I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
And if you believe it, it's I think it's going to work regardless.
Yeah.
If you believe it. So.
Interesting. Interesting. You sent me a video not too long ago of someone. It was like a parody video of.
Don't say it out loud. No, I'm kidding. I say a lot of videos.
Like a Sigma Male podcast.
Which one? What was the video of?
It's just a guy like acting like it's like POV. He's talking on his podcast, and I can't even.
Was it funny or serious?
It was funny. But yeah, I can't even say that.
Oh, I think it's starting to ring a bell now.
Yeah, the guy was like,
"Oh yes."
It
talking
wasn't
about,
too long ago.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's like, "Come home, girls like bread."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that. That's. I was like, that's so funny.
Yeah, that was good. I was
that's
like,
what we're trying to be.
I hope that's not how people see us.
Yeah.
I see the comments like on like clips of other people, like random people's podcasts, and like people comment, they're like, "Oh, not everyone should be doing a podcast." And I'm like, "Fuck! I hope this isn't how we look."
Damn it!
I hope this isn't how we look.
If it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't.
Yeah. I went out today to get some snacks. I got a few snacks for us for the next few podcasts, but this one was not the one that I've never had this before. But
this looks like more like a dessert, and I'm not complaining.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be good.
Really?
Yeah, it's 100% cacao.
Like chocolate?
Chocolate, yeah. But
chocolate's good, right?
Listen.
Read the sugar. If it says 0, I'm not trying it.
Yeah, this is unsweetened. So it's 100% cacao. I had a chocolate bar that was like 71% cacao, and it was horrific.
Really? It was
bad? It's disgusting.
Wow.
It's just all cacao. Like the chocolate we're used to eating is milk chocolate. It's got like sugar, milk, all the good stuff. But this guy probably isn't gonna be good. Do you want to open it up?
Yes. Let me try it.
Yeah. I'll also try it as well. I don't think I've ever had a chocolate bar that's 100% cacao.
It's like
Very bitter.
It's like
Very
a Willy
bitter.
Wonka gold ticket.
Whoa. No wonder why it was $3.
Ooh,
Whoa.
fancy.
Holy shit.
Have you tried this yet?
No, never.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, it's very thin.
Let me get. We're gonna try it at the same time together. Okay. Here.
Oh man.
Actually,
Look at this. Sneaky Ryan's text me about the game.
here.
You see that?
You hear that, guys? Nicky Ryan's texting us about a. We'll get in that later. We'll get in that later. That later. We're gonna try this at the same time. By the smell of this, before I even try this, by the smell of it, I can already predict how it's going to taste. Because when I was in Kazakhstan, as a parting gift, they gave us Kazakhstan chocolate.
Oh, really?
Actually, one of my friends, not they, but I made a friend in Kazakhstan.
Oh, okay.
Really cool guy. His name was Shamir. Still talk to him a lot every day. He was really, really cool guy.
Sick.
And he gave me Kazakhstan chocolate before I left. Mm-hmm. And it did not taste like regular chocolate. Like, I think it was something like this. Like, not a lot of sugar at all. Mm-hmm. I kind of liked it. So
interesting.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right, ready?
We'll
Go.
See. Oh, yeah. Look at that face. Oh, yeah.
I'm all out of water.
Get that bad. It's like charcoal.
That's how...
Oh, wow.
All right, that's like a 2 out of 10. But
okay, fuck.
You know, that just lets you know how much sugar is in the chocolate we eat.
Yeah.
Because if this is how chocolate's supposed to taste, then we're not eating chocolate. We're not eating chocolate. That's very bitter.
Shaking my soul.
Very bitter. Wow, guys, don't try this at home. Okay.
I saw that. I wonder how many people get that and like enjoy that.
You'd probably be surprised.
I feel like
that's something my grandpa would like.
Really? Yeah.
He would eat something like this and we'd love it.
Like get that and like smoke a cigarette or something.
Yes, just love it. Interesting taste for sure. I will say the Kazakhstan chocolate was way better than that.
Really?
I was way off. I thought they were gonna be similar, but not even close.
Yeah, this was not very good.
Okay. You gave me a snack, so I'm going to give you a movie to watch today.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Maybe not today, but coming up. But sometime. Dead Poet Society.
I've never heard of this.
Have you heard of it, Jim?
Yeah, you told me about it last time.
Oh, that's right. You said you watched it or you didn't?
No,
it's on the list. Yeah, Dead Poet Society.
Let's get a summary.
Okay. So it's Robert Williams, the actor who killed himself.
Oh, okay. Gorilla Man.
I hate yes, Gorilla Man.
Yeah.
I hate that. That's what rings a bell with that guy, but it's what gets the gears turning.
Yeah.
He's a teacher in a super high class private school of a high school all boys school. But basically, he is a teacher that's way against the norm. So he's not your typical stands at the front of the board, teaches to the students. He's very unorthodox. Yeah. And he's all about just being different. And if I had to sum it down for people to understand, it's like not chasing your 9-to-5 job. Right? He was very believing what's your passion and do that. Don't do what your parents are telling you to do. What do you want to do? So that's kind of how he taught. He would make the students stand up on the desk and bang their chests, really odd stuff. But damn, is it a good movie, man? That's all I'm gonna say about it. But it gets into a deeper plot. Yeah. But a lot of it has to do with just the kids. And at that age, especially boys, you're lost. You're not really sure what you want to do. And they're all doing something because they're at a super prestigious private school. They're all doing something their parents want them to do. Yeah. But then because Robert Williams in that movie plays such a easygoing teacher, they kind of open up to the teacher about I really like acting, but if I told my dad that, he'd kill me kind of thing. And he really inspires him.
Doctor.
What?
I'm supposed to be a doctor.
Doctor. That's reminded me of that reel of when it's you're supposed to be a doctor, you're a lawyer, and your parents are arguing.
Oh,
it's you're Batman. It's standing in the corner, just I really fucked up somewhere. But great movie. Put it on the list.
Yeah. It will be on the list.
Great movie.
Are you trying to live a healthier and better life? Well, shout out to our sponsors, Juce Organics. Juce Organics are grown organically and ensures their produce is GMO free, free of pesticides, and free of chemicals. So if you're trying to live a better life, buy Juce Organics. Live a better life and live a better future.
You can get their daily greens, daily reds, daily hydrate superfoods, and everything else that they sell by clicking the link in our description. Thank you guys for supporting us, and make sure you guys support the businesses that support the Dawg House.
I really wish I would have had these magnets. My ears were messed up.
I had another topic I wanted to get into today. It's kind of based around perspective. Can I touch on the ice skating?
Yeah, for
a little
sure.
bit? Okay.
Absolutely.
So Jay and I went ice skating with a group. Was that the day before Christmas Eve, or was it Christmas Eve? It was the day before, right?
Day before.
Day before,
Day
yes.
before.
Because I went out and got my jammies that
Yes.
night. But yeah, Jay and I were ice skating with this group. It was 4 of us total, and we're ice skating. And while we're ice skating, just ripping it on the ice, Blades of Glory style, it starts to rain pretty hard. It started off light and got harder. And when it started raining, I was like, oh, it's snowing. Like, it's snowing. And I kept saying it's snowing. And obviously, once the rain picked up, everyone started to scatter off the ice while we stayed on the ice and just were skating around, right? And I thought about that more like a day after, and I was like, it's crazy how perspective can just change a whole situation. And basically, I kind of took that situation and extracted what I learned from it and tried to put it in the bank of like how to remember how to be. And I thought, like, man, growing up, I'm sure a lot of people on the ice at the time we were on there. We saw Cody Steele, by the way, out there. Shout out, Cody.
Yeah.
But I'm sure when everyone saw the rain, you know, the first thing that comes to mind with the word rain is bad, right? Like, oh, it's raining.
Yeah.
Like, the sun's not out. Oh, it's rain. But you've been taught to pair rain with, like, sadness or rain with bad, when really it can be whatever the hell you want it to be.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, I've really taught myself to where my perspective will always be in my favor no matter what situation I'm in, right? So, like, growing up, if I've been taught rain means bad, but that perspective doesn't benefit me, then I'm not going to think that way anymore.
Yeah.
So basically, when we're ice skating, I was like, oh, this is snow. Like, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
If it was snowing right now, everyone's hair would be wet. Their clothes would be wet. Everything would be wet, but they'd be like, oh, it's so beautiful.
snowing.
And everyone would be on the ice.
Yes.
But it was raining, hair wet,
Yeah.
skin wet, but everyone leaves.
Yeah.
So you just paid all this money, and just because of perspective change, you now see the situation as bad and negative.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, bro, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it's raining, it's snowing, like whatever the hell it be.
It kind of
isn't that interesting?
It is very interesting. It reminds me of a time where I never really thought about, like, honestly, until this year, I was like very just mindless with a lot of things. But now I've been just thinking more in general, using my brain.
I've been thinking more.
I've been thinking. But it reminds, like, that specifically reminds me of we went on like some family trip to some like amusement park, and my dad it started storming to the point where the storm was too close to like the rides and stuff to the amusement park.
Yeah.
So they had to like shut down all the rides, and then we just like initially it was like, oh, the storm ruined our day. We traveled like a few hours driving to get to this place, and now it's ruined. Now what are we gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
And then our dad's like, we'll find something else to do. What, like, we're here. We might as well do something.
Yeah.
You can't let it ruin your day. And we ended up doing something else fun with the family.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember it now, but it's just like you said, it's just perspective. It doesn't really like. At the end of the day, how bad is this rain gonna affect you?
Yeah, right?
It's like
People get so pissed off, like, it's raining.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's
it's
rain,
rain,
dog. Like,
yeah.
And that's something you can apply to every part of your life. The dog shits on your bed. Let's not use that example. That's pretty bad. There's no positive in that one, but you get fired or something. You know what I mean? It's like I was thinking of this on the way here, but it's like you have a flat tire. Most people would like kick the car, like, God damn it, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, maybe you don't know how to change a tire. This is a perfect opportunity that's now forced you to learn how to change a tire.
Yes.
So not only are you being forced to do something that you probably should be doing regardless, but now this is an opportunity where you're learning a new skill, which is changing your tire. And if you constantly think that way in your tire and you have a flat tire, it's just like, oh, cool, let's learn how to change a tire.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, this ruined my whole week.
Yeah. When I got a flat tire on my Ranger, I was so happy.
Bro.
I was so happy.
When you sent me that video,
What video?
laughed so hard.
What video?
Of you driving with
Oh.
it was with your flat tire, right?
Yeah.
And it's just and you're just going on home.
Yeah, so to give
awesome.
to give the viewers some insight, it was like 1 a.m. We're driving home from Nikki Ryan's place. We're like watching the fights or something.
Mm-hmm.
We're driving home, empty roads, and it just blows out, almost runs me off the road. And I was like, well, that was weird. And then I end up like I continue driving up a little bit with the flat, and I get off to the side of the road to change my tire, start changing it, and I had left my spare. Like, I think that same day I took my spare out of my bed because I was like, or out from under the car because I had the bed off, and I was like, oh, let me just leave the tire in the bed instead of under the car, so it's easier for me if there ever is a blowout, which is literally in a few hours. I could just take it out from the bed.
Wow.
And that was a bad idea. So Nikki Rod ends up driving from our house to me with the spare tire, and we replaced the tire, and the tire was flat. The spare tire
was flat.
Yeah, and at that point I was like, it's 2 a.m. We'll just drive home. It's like, how bad can it really get? And
how bad could it really get? Driving on a spare flat tire.
Yeah. Within a quarter of a mile, the tire was completely off of the car, and I was like, should keep driving.
Just keep
like
on driving.
10 minutes from home. We made it home. There was tire marks all over the fender. And then I went to sleep peacefully that night.
Peacefully.
I was happy because I was like I was thinking about getting new tires, like mud tires to put on the Ranger. And I was like, flat tire, I'm buy a whole new set of tires.
Buy new tires.
Yeah. If you're going to buy a new set, why not buy the set that I want anyways? So there's always light in everything.
There's always light. See, that's a great example.
Yeah. Shit kind of experience, but thankfully I know how to change my tire, and I had a reason to buy new tires. So
bada bing, bada boom.
I was happy. Yes.
There was one time kind of similar situation, but not with the tire, but with the engine. I was on the way back from a tournament in North Carolina, which I think it was a Naga or New Breed. I won, of course. So I had this Naga belt with me, and it was I was great day, yeah. And I was like, this day couldn't get any better. It doesn't get better. It's worse. So I was right.
Yeah.
But I'm driving, pitch black. It's me and my girlfriend. And I'm driving, and I see the lights all over my dashboard start flickering. And I was like, that's weird. I just kept driving, and then I started feeling my car like losing power. It was like just like cutting in and out. My alternator was dying. And I thought it was my battery at first, and I was like, what's wrong with my battery? Because at the time it was pretty corroded. The battery was, maybe I thought that was messing with something. But anyways, I'm driving. I was like, I think I can make it home. There was like an hour and 15 left in the drive. I don't know why I thought I could make it home. I was like, we'll be all right. That thing started dropping. I was like, fuck, we got to get off the road.
Yeah.
So I get off this exit, and right when I get off the exit, so like I get off the exit and I go to cross over the road to get into the right lane, and the car dies as I'm crossing. So I'm sitting right in the middle of a road off the highway in some random exit where there's no street lights.
Fuck.
And my car has died completely, so none of my lights can be on.
Yeah.
So I'm practically invisible.
Yeah.
Right? Like any car coming up who's not
dark,
paying attention or coming off that exit could just nail me.
Yeah.
So like I tapped my girlfriend, she was sleeping. I tapped her. I said, get out the car now. Like as calmly as I could say, I was just like, get out now. It's an emergency. But I was like, get out the car now. And she's like, what? Why? I'm just like, get out the car now. Like, can you imagine waking up from a nap?
Yeah.
Just be like, get out of the car. Okay. What do you mean? So we get out of the car. By the way, this is like in December, so it's snowing. Or it had snowed. And so there's snow over the ground. It's like 20 degrees outside. And we get out of the car. We're standing over on the side of the road. Car dead. We grabbed a blanket out of the car, and we're just sitting there. And I'm just like, I looked at my girl, and I said, we might have to walk home, which would be like a 5-hour walk.
Yeah, fuck.
Because like I only one person or very few people carpooled to the tournament with me, and I think they left right before I did, so they're definitely are already home. And so I was like, I always try to prepare myself for the worst. So I already accepted in my head we're going to have to walk.
Yeah.
So if we do, it's not a big deal, right? Like I'll walk a few hours home. With the belt. And so we end up calling a cop to come and he pushed our car off to the side of the road, like into the ditch. And one of my boys drove, Miles Williams, one of my training partners at the gym at the time, drove an hour and 15 out of his house to come pick me up.
Wow.
Yeah. And they picked us up, brought us back. But long story short, it was another great example to like look up to the sky and curse Jesus and be like, why me? Blah, blah. It's 20 degrees outside. But I was just like, you might have to walk home. Yeah. Like the car died. Like what? There's no reason to get upset here. You know what I mean? Like just deal with what's in front of you.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I think I saw a clip of Jon Jones speaking about possibly fighting Francis Ngannou, and he was saying accept the worst possible outcome.
He says he does it,
and then build off of that
with all his fights.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That is crazy to think. The greatest fucking fighter in the world, like thinks like that. Like,
which it's a little backwards, right?
It is kind of backwards, but if it works, he's doing something right.
Yeah,
he's doing something right.
When he said that, he said, all my matches, I come to acceptance with the worst thing that could happen, which would be me getting knocked out.
Yeah.
He's like, I think about it until I accept it. Like, the worst could happen, I get knocked out. And he's like, once I accept that, it's just like, it's like a burden off his chest.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, let's go. And he whoops ass. So it's kind of interesting because you'd think, you know, we talk about the subconscious mind and stuff. You'd always want to be thinking like, I need to win. I should win. Like blah, blah, blah. But he's thinking the opposite.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's hard, right? It's hard when you have something you believe in and then you hear kind of opposite.
The opposite, yeah.
And you're like,
And from someone like that, it's like, like I said, he's doing something right.
Yeah. I think Jon Jones is, I think he's one of the best fighters the UFC's ever had, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. for sure. It's just a matter of he cheated. He took steroids, so he can't.
Did he get caught with steroids? I
Yeah,
thought it
for
was
sure.
just was it cocaine something?
Well, yeah, he's definitely done that as well. But he got caught with performance enhancing drugs. Yeah, like multiple times.
Really, multiple?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know that.
Pretty sure like 2 times.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because he never got like super muscly. He was always pretty
Yeah,
long and lanky, but I'm sure he had
know,
that.
We know some people like that.
Yeah, I'm sure he still had that steroid strength,
Yeah.
even though it didn't look like it.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate.
How would
he probably would be the best regardless of taking steroids.
Yeah.
Just because he's always looked like so far ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
Aside from his last like few fights at light heavyweight, I guess. But it's just like he's so good. Why bother?
I think Jon Jones is the baddest man on the planet. I think if you put Jon Jones in this room right now, and I'm not in it, but in this room by himself, and then we put someone else that's not me, anyone else in this room, Mike Tyson, everyone, I think Jon Jones walks out every time.
I agree with that, unless you go for the Achilles.
That's why I said you have to exclude me from the room, because I'd find a way.
I'll put that out there. Just the Achilles.
Just the Achilles slice will end that whole fight right
Yes. That changed your social media,
there, bro.
That is crazy.
Bro.
That video.
I become Andrew Tate 2.0 off of this one video.
How many followers? Did we talk about this on the last
We
podcast?
didn't. We didn't.
How many followers did you get from that one reel?
From that one reel, I got 16,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
16,000 followers from that one reel, and it's at 55 million views.
55 million views. I'm assuming like 2 million likes, right? 1 million.
Yeah, it's over 2 million likes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what's funny? I'm glad you brought that up. So many people were messaging me being like, what are you doing in this video? Or they're so confused about what's going on. And which they should be. It's a pretty dumb video.
It's retarded.
I'd be confused too. But I think we mentioned this before. That video is just me being me.
Yeah.
Like, it's just me being authentic.
Yeah.
And I saw this video on Instagram explaining, what was it? It was something to do with, like, when I saw a video talking about once again, the brain frequencies between different emotions. And the video is talking about, like, for example, love. Like, when people feel the emotion of love, it's like a very big wave frequency. And if they meet with another person that, like, loves you or something, it like amplifies the frequency or something like that. But it said the biggest or the strongest emotion that creates the biggest reaction off from the brain and the biggest wavelengths that people like gravitate toward is authenticity.
Really?
Or being authentic. So I found that interesting. I was like, that's very interesting, because this video just blows up. Everyone's like, what are you doing? Like why are you slicing his Achilles? I'm like, bro, I couldn't tell you why.
Yeah.
Like, this thought came into my head of what I wanted to do with the ghillie suit.
Yeah.
I see Nicky Rod. He pretty much is a behemoth animal at this point, from my perspective at least, which is a little down here. And I was like, I can slice this guy's Achilles without him noticing. And I was just me being authentic. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the dumb shit I do with my friends and stuff. So I think that's what kind of sparked the interest in that video.
Yeah. Also confusion.
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 Confusion was the biggest thing. It was a lot of, bro, I was reading some of the comments on that video, and a lot of them, believe it or not, are people arguing back and forth between if the video was legit or not.
Yeah.
And then specifically, I wish I could remember this person's username, but it was like some girl, her username.
Oh, God.
And this one other guy for the past 4 weeks have been arguing back and forth. Swear to God.
Wow.
Till this day. I could probably go on my phone right now and show you them arguing.
Wow.
And I think that really fed into the algorithm of Instagram. Because the more comments you get in a video, the more better it does. And these two people are just back and forth.
Yeah.
And the views are just. I was like, So I kind of took a note off from that as far as social media. Like, you definitely want to put every once in a while a caption in your post that ignites some sort of argument or conversation or discussion for people to bounce back and forth for a while, because it really boosts your following.
Absolutely. I almost all of the videos that I had been posting with like the throws and stuff, every single one that goes viral is because people argue in the comments about what name the throw is called.
Yep.
Like there was one specific one where it was like, I have no clue because I don't know like the specific terminology, but let's just say it was Harayagoshi. Sure, some Japanese word.
You're fucking wrong.
You're wrong. And I put a caption. I was like something Harayagoshi, and then people in the comments were like, "Isn't that a sumageshi? Isn't that a this? Isn't that a that?" I'm like, bro, I don't know. I just throw people.
It's something like that.
And the people were arguing for like weeks, just like arguing what it's called, and so many people just like feed into it. Doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Well, this like the specific throw was I like hit the guy. I tripped the guy's near leg, but I tapped his far leg. So it's like those are two kind of completely different
I
throws.
don't even know what the hell that's called.
I don't know. Some Japanese word.
Yeah.
But the people in the comments were like, "Oh, well, he touched his foot," and the other people were like, "Oh, well, he didn't really actually like go for the far foot. He just accidentally touched it." And I was like, "They love this shit. They love this shit."
So put down in the comments, what's it called when you go for the near leg and trip the far leg? Let's hear the discussion down there.
Someone will have some Japanese word to say for it.
It's a strategy, man. In social media, on the Simple Man podcast, I saw one of the posts when they were talking about the one I was in. They're talking about sociology. The caption was like, "Why would you need sociology?" It sparks a very engaging conversation that sparks the emotion. And if you can spark a conversation that involves emotion, you're going to get people going back and forth. So you can really strategize what your caption is to really spark a lot of comments if you know what you're doing. So
interesting.
We won't be doing that to y'all though. We won't be doing that.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, we would never. What kind of? Oh, you already mentioned the thing you wanted to bring up, right?
Yeah. Perspective. That's what I wanted to touch on. But I eventually wanted to get into as far as more casual conversation, but wanted to describe the new game we're kind of jumping into.
I was just gonna mention that because Nicky Ryan texted me right.
What was the specific text? If he doesn't,
let's see,
mind. Nicky's a very besides being a high level jiu-jitsu guy, he's a high level gamer.
He's autistic, is what it is. He just sent me a photo of. I can't show the camera, but he sent me a photo of his. Look at that damage.
What?
In one game, Nicky Ryan got 20 kills and 13,000 damage.
That's, which, just so y'all know, the average damage you'd get a game would probably be 2,500 to 4,000.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I
want to know what class he's running now.
He said he was playing around with all of them. I asked him before we left training, he said he was going to play around with a more heavy. I don't know what he did that with. He is, he's got issues.
I'm not playing with them anymore.
Yesterday we were saying he was off the team. Yeah, we're off the team now.
We're off the team.
God damn it.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So the game is the finals. I just downloaded it yesterday. When did you get it?
I downloaded the day before we played.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we played yesterday. We got home from training and essentially played for 8 hours straight. Not healthy at all. I had a headache. It was like 1 a.m. and I was like, all right, I'm going to go to sleep. And Nikki's like, you bitch.
Yeah, he was ready to go.
Yeah. We played one game and Nicky Ryan was like, how can I unlock everything right now? How much money do I have to pay?
Yeah, he was like that. Like, how to unlock everything right now. I was like, oh yeah, this guy's into it.
He is into
He's
it.
running that little Mac 10 build, and whenever I'd spectate him, dude, like the Mac 10 just like all over the place.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
I was like, the hell?
Yep. That's his wall hacks he's got.
Yeah, Nicky Ryan's got to be hacking.
Yeah.
There's no way. But it's a sick game. It's kind of like a mixture of Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch, Apex, Battle Royale kind of style, all in one game. And it's free. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
And we're kind of into it right now.
Yeah, the graphics are really, really good. That was the first thing I noticed.
Yeah.
Graphics are really good. It feels so smooth too.
Like I've never played a game like first day release and been like, shit, this runs pretty nice.
Yeah.
Only thing else buggy was the voice chat.
Yeah, that's true.
Other than that, it was like, does yours freeze whenever you like are trying to load back to the lobby? Really?
Is that why you always like? I feel like it takes so long for you to get into the lobby.
Yeah,
and,
mine will like
start
my
speaking again.
buttons won't work. So like when it goes to the scoreboard and you click B to return the menu, it won't work. I have to sit there and wait and wait and wait and wait, and then it'll go back on its own.
Yeah.
Does it do that for you?
No.
Must be an Xbox thing. I downloaded it on PlayStation 5.
Oh yeah. So we can speak.
We can speak party.
Chat, yeah.
Whenever I guess Nikki's not playing. If Nikki's playing, we'll be in a game chat regardless.
He already got Damien playing, so
playing finals.
Playing finals, yeah.
Really? Damien's playing now.
I guess so.
Damn.
Someone's gonna be kicked out.
Someone's getting kicked out.
Yeah, but
I think I have Brady playing when he gets back from Christmas.
Oh
too.
Yeah.
So like we have a roster.
We've got some options.
We got a roster.
Yes. That's good. Well, I have. I think I mentioned this in the first episode. I have a book of. I draw a lot in this book, but aside from the drawings,
Jay drew the Doghouse Podcast logo.
I did. Oh, speak of the devil. We have some inspiration.
Oh, don't show that one. Put that away. Put that away.
Disgusting. What do we have here?
Put that away. Oh God.
Oh, I try to do. So I really like drift liveries on cars, and I wanted to make a rash guard like that, but instead of like the drift liveries on cars, they have their own sponsors, like wheel sponsors, tire sponsors, everything. But I wanted my own sponsors on there, so I'm having this made. But it's been about 2 months, and the guy still hasn't sent me a thing, so I got to reach out to him. I keep reaching out to him, and he's like, tomorrow. And I was like, I got scammed.
For some reason, when I see that drawing, I just picture like me texting you to get on, and you're like, "I'll be on in 10 minutes," and like that's what you're doing, just like doodling this little like Nogi rash card, just be on in 10 minutes,
wiggling my feet.
But jumping kind of topics or discussion over to Qatar.
Oh yes,
I was watching a YouTube video on Qatar, just how it looks and stuff. And it's basically a city right on the water.
Really?
Yes, it's kind of like a peninsula. And so like the desert meets the ocean right there.
Interesting.
And the city's like there. It's insane, dude.
The city's right next to the ocean.
It comes all up to the ocean.
Kind of like New York.
Yeah, and there's sand everywhere outside the city. And I was looking up like what to do in Qatar, or like vlogs basically. And there's like a lot of them are people in trucks just like going through the dunes and like sand. And I was like, oh, let's go. Yeah. I saw that. They have camels. I literally looked up, does Qatar have camels? And then I just saw one video. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Noted.
We have camels in our Minecraft world.
Yes, that's what I thought of. I was like, man, we've ridden camels in Minecraft, or you've ridden camels in Minecraft. Can we now do it in real life?
That would be awesome.
That would be dude. I've never ridden a camel. Have you?
Never.
Okay.
Never. We also have to ride a horse.
A horse.
Horse, yes. That's coming soon.
In Qatar or general?
Here.
Oh yes, here.
Yeah.
Here.
We're in Texas, baby.
Texas got to ride the horses.
Yeah. What was I gonna mention before I brought up the horses?
It was about
Do you hear
Qatar.
Leo outside?
That's Leo?
That's him. He just hit the door with the ball.
He's getting after it, dude.
Yeah, he's a crackhead.
he's getting after
he's
it.
got
It's
issues.
my favorite dog.
I was gonna mention something.
It was about Qatar or something else?
I don't remember. We were talking about Qatar, and then we just skipped to all right. So the camels. I've read this somewhere. It might be completely false.
It may not be true at all.
At all. I'm forgetting what it told me what the hump on the camel was. I can't remember where it was.
I know where you're going with this.
I might have told you or Nikki Rod. I can't remember. Now I have to look this up.
Yeah, look it up, because here's my thought process I'm having right now. I think most people think that the hump is full of water. It's where they store water.
Yeah.
But I might have seen somewhere that that's not the case. It's something else. But I could be wrong.
It is something else.
Yeah, it's something else. Like, everyone thinks where they store water, but it's actually not. So now I have to know.
I'm looking it up right now. A camel's hump does not hold water at all. It actually stores fat.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew that's where you were going with it. I was
Yeah.
like, I think I know you're going to say, like, most people believe it's water, but it's actually not.
Yeah, it stores like fat there because there's not much food to eat. So when there is food, they put their fat
saying.
there. Just saying. Yeah, that's crazy. How do people live there?
Well, you say that until you see the city, dude. The city's like Dubai 2.0. Like, it is so
Interesting.
nice. I think I texted you how they have like a Venice kind of area, like Italy, where it's like water with the town and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
dude, we're gonna have to explore so much. I was thinking about we should do some sort of like doghouse podcast out there, like just like an Instagram, like a YouTube live, or
Yeah.
just something like that. You know,
Yeah.
nothing too crazy, but just of us sitting in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
How sick would that be? Just us two in the middle of the desert,
That would
nothing
be
around
sick.
us, just little podcast episode.
I am down. There's definitely some content to be made over there.
Yes, content.
Also, just good times to be had.
Good times. I was thinking about buying a drone
Really?
Yeah.
To do what? Just for filming?
for filming.
Oh.
Just like do some sort of cool video.
Interesting. You like duct tape your iPhone under the drone.
Something like I want a drone to get some quarter. Let me tell you what I'm visualizing. Okay,
Let's-
I had
let's
this
hear it.
instant picture in my head of almost like an album cover, but of us like me in like beige pants. What are they
Oh
called?
wow,
Are
you
they-
got outfits and everything.
Oh yeah, so hear me out.
Okay.
I think they're called. Are they called chinos?
Chinos.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
slacks, but kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tan chinos with the look I'm stealing from you. The wife beater,
Ah,
but
yes.
white with the beige chinos, while you're wearing a black thingy majiggy,
Black wife beater.
black wife beater with like whatever pants you'd wear with that.
Yeah.
Us with the things they wear in the desert.
Oh yes, yes.
Like they look like bandanas, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a technical term
I think
for
it's
it.
like that's
Is it a
religion thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Forgive me if I'm saying the wrong thing. I don't know what
Yeah.
it's called, but us wearing those,
Yeah.
indulging in the culture and stuff,
Yeah.
and then have us was walking up a sand dune, and you see us walking up the sand dune. The drone's up in the sky. The drone can see like the rest of the desert, but we can't.
Yeah.
And it's just us walking up the
Walking up
sand
to-
dune, and it's like a still shot of
Yeah.
that. How sick would that be?
Yeah.
Or
That would be
that. And the picture I sent of war dogs.
Yes.
If we can recreate those two ideas, that would be
Yes.
freaking sick.
I really like that.
That'd be sick. The Doghouse Podcast, lost in the Sahara Desert, finds their way back.
Yeah, that would be sick. I would really like to dress in like the whole outfit, like the
Yes.
male outfit, like the
Yeah.
white type of. I
don't know what it's called, but we're going to learn.
Yeah, I would also like to learn about more about the religion and stuff.
Religion, culture, dude.
Yeah,
It's-
culture.
That's one of the. Once I've gotten older, I've come to terms of like. At first, I want to go to like. I never understood people who travel, and then do the same thing they would do in their homeland, but just in a different country.
Yeah.
People will spend thousands and thousands of dollars to travel to Las Vegas, to travel to Tokyo, Japan, just to go to a nightclub.
Yep.
And it's like, I can do that here.
Anywhere. Yeah.
Only thing's different is maybe a different language,
Yeah.
maybe a few different lights,
Yeah.
maybe a different
Different
music,
people.
maybe. But for the most part, it's the same shit. Like if I'm
Yeah.
gonna go and spend thousands of dollars to travel across the world, I'd like to do stuff that's exclusive to that area.
Yeah.
Right? Like China, the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
Rome, the Colosseum.
Yes.
Like go these places to see exclusive things rather than going and be like, oh, let's go drink. Like, bro,
You
if
could
I
do that
drink, I
anywhere.
could do that here.
Yeah.
So Qatar, like I'm looking up like their religion, their culture, like
Yeah.
like camels.
Yeah,
I can't go to
camels,
New York
yeah.
City and ride a camel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to do stuff that's exclusive to their culture.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Take advantage of the exclusive things you could do there while you're there. 2 weeks is a long time.
Dude.
2 weeks is a
That's
long
a
time.
long time.
Yeah, you gotta take advantage of that entire time though.
I was
It
thinking
flies by pretty quick.
as far as the flight, because I was like, when I went to Kazakhstan, it was like 14 hours, but we're only there for what, 3-4 days, and then
Yep, right back. Yep.
right back. But I was like, man, like it's a longer flight, but we'll be there for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, longer flight. Even when I was when I went to Japan, I was doing stuff every moment of the day.
I was gonna say, it looked like I haven't watched the documentary yet. I don't know if it gets into that side
It
of
doesn't even have nearly as much stuff as
Really?
we did. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like after competition and stuff, we went to temples.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I
we
saw the
went to
pictures,
temples.
dude. That's freaking
Yeah.
sick.
Like I went to like 2 or 3 of them. They have like a bunch of. You hear the guy breathing through the wall.
Busted
These
his
guys
door.
are-
He said,
I'm telling you, he's got issues. But yeah, we just like constantly did stuff. Even when so we had kind of his name was Lin, but there is no L in the I don't know if he's Japanese or I don't know what his nationality is, but his name is like Lin or something or Rin. It's Rin or Lin. But regardless,
I don't know why it's so funny to me.
it's supposed to be like pronounced differently from how it's spelled. But I essentially did a bunch of stuff with him, even when no one else was coming with us. We like did extra stuff all the way up until like the moment we were leaving, like the day of our flight. We're like, oh, our flight's at like 6. We did we watched the guys sumo wrestle, and then everyone else went back to the hotel to like nap or like eat, and we went out to like some like final like last temple that we wanted to see.
That's
We just
sick.
walked there. Transportation there is pretty cool as well. Like there's their train system is like very intricate.
really?
Yeah, it's very
I heard it's nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Pretty clean.
oh, all of Japan is clean.
Really?
Everywhere I didn't see a single piece of trash on
That's
the
so
floor.
nice.
And there's no trash cans.
Oh, yeah. I remember you telling
trash
me
cans.
that. That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
No trash, but no trash cans.
Exactly, yeah.
See, that's how you know, like, you've instilled some sort of good something in the culture.
That's
You know, like,
that's it.
It's not that they must be putting the trash somewhere. It's no, they've been taught you don't fucking throw your trash on the ground.
Exactly, yeah, that's it. It's like you have trash, or you're like walking around holding trash, and you're like, oh well, I can't find a trash can. I should just like throw it on the floor. But then you like look around, and there's no trash to be seen. For, like,
Yeah, you're throwing
forever.
yours like,
Exactly. You're like, I'm
put
gonna
it in
put this
my
in my pocket until I get back to the hotel.
Yeah.
Like it's not that big of a deal.
yeah.
But yeah, and everyone's like super nice over there. I love that place. I'm definitely gonna go back.
I saw when the picture you posted when you bought like Japanese clothing, right? Like the pants.
Yes. Yeah.
And,
Like the baggy pants.
Bro, when I saw, I think we were definitely friends at the time, but I
Yeah.
was like, man, if I would have known he was getting that, I wanted to send you money and like
Oh.
you get me a pair.
Dude,
'Cause
I had
it, I was
extra
bro,
money.
So sick.
Yeah, I have like I think I have like $70 worth of Japanese money in or 70 US dollars in like fucking
currency?
in their currency. Yeah.
Still like on you? Like
Yeah,
you have
on
it?
me.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
think it's
sick.
in my safe over here, but
I wonder if we'll have to do that in Qatar.
Oh, there's got to be, yeah.
Oh, I know there is, but I wonder if we'll have to. Because when I was in Kazakhstan, I could still use
Your card.
my card.
Yeah.
And like it would just came up on my bank statement as like random language and
Yeah.
like minus 2,000 whatever,
Yeah,
but it
you're
was
like, 2,000.
but it was their currency
Yeah.
because you're supposed to notify your bank if you're going to be anywhere out of country for any length of time.
Oh, really?
Because if you get a card transaction with your bank card in Qatar
Yeah.
on a Wednesday in the middle of the week, they'll
Yeah.
think fraud and
Yeah.
they'll lock your card. So, but I wonder how that will work once we're there. If
Yeah. I think with Japan, I mainly just use my credit card, I think, to avoid any sort of
that's smart.
like so they won't be using my money. They'll
Yeah,
be using
yeah.
like the bank's money.
Yeah,
But yeah, no one's gonna steal your money in Japan.
yeah. It seemed like a pretty nice place.
Yeah.
I definitely want to go. That's my top 3 places on my bucket list I want to visit are Tokyo, Japan. I think Greece or Rome, like the Colosseum. And then the third one I think was like Italy or one of those places.
Yeah.
And then now seeing Qatar, I honestly like put that like top 5. Like
Really?
yes, like the videos I've seen, I'm like, this place looks sick.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if we get to go and everything goes well and it goes through, dude, I'm actually really excited if we can go.
Yeah, we should try to get on that. Like, push these guys to talk to other
Please,
people.
please,
Yeah,
please,
please let us come.
Please. Basically.
Pretty much. Yeah. Please pay us.
Yeah.
There was some place that I was talking to PO. Oh, Florence, Italy.
Florence, Italy.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Yes, there's a war museum there. It's called Piazza della Signora. I probably butchered that.
You pronounced that
But
perfectly.
it's a war it's a war museum, and he was showing me photos, and I was like, that's on the bucket list.
I was going to say,
I have
why
to go
that
there.
war? I'm sure you can go to thousands of war museums. What of that one made you?
I didn't even know war museums were a thing.
What?
There's just like a regular museum. It's like, oh yeah, there's war things, but I think this museum is like all war. But yeah, I really he was showing me photos there, and he was like, yeah, like this place is awesome. So yeah, I really want to go there. Italy. There's not many places I want to go.
That's surprising.
There's not many places I want to go.
You say that, but then you send me reels of like these cool places, like Rule 32, and
I guess
and
I
these-
mean like countries. Like there's not many other countries that I like want to actively like want to travel to. I want to go to Italy for that museum.
do you think that could possibly be your maybe I don't know if this is the case or not, but lack of knowledge of other countries?
For sure.
Are you more of like a biome guy? You're like, oh, I want to go to somewhere that looks like this,
Yeah.
and I don't know where that would be. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so, yeah. Yeah, because like I really want to go to somewhere in the northwest.
I thought you were going to say North Pole.
I want to go see
Really want to go to the North Pole.
I want to see like the beaches by like Northern California or like Oregon. I really want to go to Oregon.
You mentioned Oregon a lot.
Yeah, I really want to go to Oregon. I want to do a seminar over there just so I can like take like a day or two and like just explore there during the summertime. That would be cool.
Could be a viewer. Could be a viewer listening right now.
Yes, if
out in
you
Oregon.
are interested in having me for a seminar, I will do it virtually for no money at all because I want to see Oregon. There's some like there's like I don't know if it's Oregon or if it's North California, but there's like a massive redwood like forest over there.
Oh yeah, where is that? California?
It's one of those two.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
that's another place I want to see.
I have to go there.
I feel like not a real American when I talk to my girlfriend all the time of like, I want to go visit this place, I want to go visit that place, blah blah. When I haven't even seen like the beauties of my own country.
Yeah.
Like the Grand Canyon. I've seen Niagara Falls, but Niagara Falls, the redwoods. Like, I think I need to do my patriotic duty of like going to go see the beauty of my country first and appreciating that before going, oh, let's, like I really want to go see Tokyo, Japan. It's like, well, have you seen your own country?
Yeah.
Like
that's fair, but America is like massive. America is massive.
True.
Like there's a lot of different.
It's very diverse.
It's very diverse.
Yeah.
Like I think Japan is like relatively small. I think.
Is Japan? I saw a beautiful picture. Japan is the place where it's like a volcano, like nearby, right? There's like a big volcano.
I think that's true.
It's somewhere like near the city or something. It's like a mass. I've seen pictures of like this massive volcano in the distance.
Volcano
and they're like,
or
yeah, that's an active volcano back there. Like
Mount Fuji. Are you talking about
Is that it?
It might just be a mountain.
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, look it up.
I want to know.
Hey Siri.
Hey Siri.
Play promises. Promises.
Yeah. Let's be honest. We're all dogs here, especially you listeners. And do we have a treat for you? Our friends at Petwear Co. are offering 20% off their custom-made to-order dog collars when you use code DAWG20. That's capital DAWG and then 20.
Check out Petwear Co. today for a personalized touch that your furry friend will love. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on this. Happy tails, everyone. We were talking about Jon Jones earlier, and I remember seeing a video on him talking about how he was talking about how. So he has this quote where he says, everyone gets butterflies, meaning everyone gets nervous. Everyone gets butterflies, and it's just the matter of being able to like control that energy and like what you do with that energy. So like nervous energy, and so this is actually like a science thing. Some people scanned the brain when someone is nervous, and they scanned the brain of someone that was excited, and like the brain scans were virtually identical. Like they were very, very similar. So it's nervous energy and excitement is essentially the same thing. It's just a matter of how you control it and what you do with it. And Jon Jones, his quote says, what is it? It was like
I know the butterfly thing you're saying. He said something like getting the butterflies to fly in formation.
Yes. So everyone gets butterflies in their stomach. It's just a matter of if you can get them to fly in formation. So like if you can control that nervous energy and transition it into being excitement. So it's really just a matter of how you like look at things, like specifically for us, competition, how we look at competition.
Yep.
Like how we look at competition being like thankful for the opportunity and stuff like that, rather than kind of just crumbling under
fear, dread.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I had this like it's like coming to like this I don't even know the fucking word I'm trying to look for, but during what you're talking about, when I was in Kazakhstan, I made a note to myself to be like that. Like, because obviously I was nervous, but to keep telling myself, like, man, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited to be here. And what I kept telling myself specifically was before I'd go out, because in Kazakhstan, before your match, behind the stage, like, you set of stairs, you went up, and then you came out in front of the screen. And when the weight class before me was about to be in, I'd go stand at the stairs and get ready to go. And at the stairs, I'd tell myself, I'm excited, and I'm grateful to be here. And then I'd also remind myself how many people in the world wish they could be standing at the foot of the staircase right now, but God has chosen me to stand here.
Yeah.
I'd tell myself that, and I'd be like, I couldn't help but just like, I swear to God, Jay, this like surge of feeling like entered my body where it was like, it was no longer false excitement. It was real excitement.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. Like out of everyone in the world who wished they could be here, I was chosen to be here. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, that is
like, you know what I
crazy.
mean? Like this is sick. And for some reason, I really felt like I mastered that at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a good performance all around. Even the matches, between the matches I won and lost, I still felt like I just felt good. And ever since then, I've been trying to find that feeling again.
Yeah.
And I find it in like sequences or like little bits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird.
What can you expand on like the little bits? Like what kind of sequences do you mean? Because is it like there's another thing from that video where Jon Jones was actually John doesn't bring it up, but the guy talking about John brings it up in the video, talking about how like kind of anchoring. So like he has certain like things or like tics that he does repetitively every single time that he goes to compete. So it's kind of like a sign, like a switch for your brain. Like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm about to fight, or I'm about to do this. So like for Jon Jones was like before every fight, you can see videos of him like kind of like slowly spinning in circles and like talking to himself, giving himself like positive affirmations. So that's how he anchors himself. I have like even in wrestling, I always had like certain things that I would do. Never wore red underwear. Always like rolled up my singlet legs like a certain way. I always, every time before I got to the edge of the mat, I would like I had aggressors, so they had like the arrows on the mat.
Yeah.
I would always go like this. There's always like there's a bunch of little things that I would do. That kind of like just like flip that switch.
I had an anchor in wrestling too.
Yeah.
I never even realized it was an anchor until you started talking about that. And I was like, yeah, I guess it was. And I don't really have that for jiu-jitsu.
I think it's good to have one.
It is good.
It's good.
It is good. Because I think you need to channel, like I said, in Kazakhstan, I was able to kind of like unlock this mental hack
Yeah.
in Kazakhstan, but it was just like a drift. There wasn't something that I could anchor that motion
You need to connect that to something. Yes.
Yeah, it can't just be like, oh, boom, it's happening. It's gotta be something that triggers it.
Exactly.
And I think that's what happened. I kind of just stumbled upon that feeling on accident, and I was like, wow, this feels like freaking Superman.
Yeah.
But I didn't anchor it to something.
Yes.
So now I'm trying to look for it again, but there's really nothing to ignite it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when I said bits and pieces, I mean like I find myself in situations where I tell myself I'm grateful, I tell myself I'm excited, but I don't believe it. I'm just telling myself it.
Yeah.
And I can't get it to where I believe it. And there's times where I say it and I believe it. And when I believe it is when I get the reaction I'm looking for. So I'm like, that's kind of it's interesting.
It is interesting. But at the same time, I still think like there's a quote from a song that I was listening to. I think it's some country song. I don't remember what it is, but they said false hope is better than no hope at all.
Yes.
And that's kind of like it's true, but like obviously real hope is much better than false hope. But hey, something's better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
Something is better than nothing.
It's true.
Take what you can get.
Yeah. But I think that whole being grateful and switching your mind to believe you're excited instead of nervous, I think is for anyone out there who's struggling with confidence or believing in yourself in anything you do, tricking yourself into feeling excited and being grateful for really believing in being grateful for what you're doing, it really starts to help out a lot if you can train yourself to always think like that.
Yeah.
And that unlocked it for me in Kazakhstan when I had that. It's kind of like I relate it to, I don't know if any of y'all are Dragon Ball Z fans, but in the new Dragon Ball series called Dragon Ball Super, Goku like taps into like his ultimate form called Ultra Instinct, and he taps into it and whoops ass. But then once he comes out of it, he doesn't know how to tap back into it. It kind of just happened naturally. It's like I'm kind of in a phase where that happens in and out. You know what I mean? It's like you tap into your potential. You're not sure how you did it, so you try and mimic what you did before, and it's not quite the same. It's
you gotta maybe try to compete more, so you have more occurrences to
More
like kind of
experiments.
find that, and by the time trials comes around, you have something to latch on
to.
that feeling.
Like, I know this works.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. Well, that might be it. Let's see how far we are. We're about an hour in.
An hour. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
But next episode, I don't want to talk about it now, but future episode, I want to talk about, which is another thing I kind of learned. I love just life experiences and competing and just hardships and struggle, because you learn so fucking much. And especially if you have a mind that's open to learning, like how we are. I'm always looking to be better than what I was yesterday. And if you go through every day thinking like that, like I'm looking for something to make me better, you'll find it.
Yeah.
And in Kazakhstan is when I came up with that whole philosophy on my own about winning the 3 battles.
Wow, you came up with that.
I came up with that
yourself.
there.
Yeah.
Because whenever something happens to me, good or bad, I love to think about it. You know, like I love just to sit there and think about, like, why'd that happen? Why'd I perform? Why did I not perform?
Yeah.
What did I do different? And I love thinking about it and just trying to take anything that could make me better tomorrow.
Yeah.
I always do that. And I came up with that concept when I got home from Kazakhstan.
Those 3 battles.
And I want to talk about that next episode.
Yeah, next episode. Fuck,
it's a
that
good
makes
one.
me want to talk about it right now.
I know, it's good. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
That's
But
good. That's good.
We'll wait.
Yeah,
we'll wait on that one.
We'll cut it now. Fuck.
It's good. It's good. Dude, watch the next one. It's good. And I honestly came up with it by myself.
Yeah.
I sat down. I was like, man, that is really what I go through.
Yeah.
Those 3 battles, and I think everyone goes through it, but they focus on just one.
Yeah.
And it's like you really need to focus on these 3 things.
Yeah.
I'll mention more about it next time.
More will come. Yes. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to the Dawg House. Should we bring up our sponsors? We have confirmed 1 sponsor.
We haven't confirmed sponsors. I mean, we'll definitely edit their own video we edit in here, right? We can
so
put that. We're gonna put that in there.
Should we talk about the one that's confirmed and then possibly add the other ones?
Yeah,
Or-
absolutely. Yeah, you can talk about. We have Juce Organics.
That's confirmed.
They signed the contract.
Oh shit! And we signed the contract as well. Not yet. All right, we're working on that. But they signed contract. Then we have Caulibuds. Caulibuds confirmed as well.
Caulibuds confirmed. That's absolutely confirmed.
Okay.
But Juce Organics sent me all that stuff they sent for me to try. I actually tried one of their stuff.
How was it?
It was a Super Greens. It was actually good.
Oh, really?
I'm a type of person, I don't care how much someone's paying me or not paying me, I will always tell the truth.
Yeah.
And I drink a lot of stuff that is good for me but doesn't taste good. But doesn't mean you shouldn't drink it.
Yeah.
If it's good for me, I'm gonna drink it.
Yeah.
But I opened up one of their things. It was Juce Organic Superfood. Mm-hmm. I'll have the product in here whenever we do the video.
Yeah.
That in here. But I opened it up and I smelled it and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I looked at it and it was like this dark green. I was like, I don't know. I scooped it, mixed it. I took a drink. I was like, this actually isn't bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Interesting.
it didn't taste like a sweet. You know what I mean? Like,
But it wasn't bad.
it wasn't bad. It tastes like it was just like it had a flavor to it that wasn't bad to be mixed with water. I was like, I kind of like this.
Oh, you mix it with water?
Just water. Which that's why I was kind of surprised.
Yeah.
Like I figured it was gonna taste pretty gross, but I drank it and it tastes really good. And now I've been drinking it every morning.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whatever you don't use, we could have if you do use something and have like an empty container.
Bro, they sent so much stuff.
We could put it on maybe the stool. Of
I mean, he sent it for both of us too, so I need to bring whatever you want.
I don't really care. Definitely just at least stuff to have around, like sitting on
Absolutely. Have something
guy
like
or
this in the middle or something. Have it there.
Yeah.
Juice Organics. We'll be partnering up with them.
Yeah.
That'll be 100% confirmed soon. But
Okay, cool.
Caulibuds.
So yes. So we have Juce Organics, and then we have Caulibuds. I've worked with them before. They are a ear magnet company. So whenever you get cauliflower ear, they have magnets where you can put them on your ears, so it compresses the. You're supposed to drain the like liquid, and then put the magnets on, so it compresses and stops like more fluid from building up. I mentioned this before. I made an ad for them. We actually might add that ad into here if they give it to us. But I messaged their company before it was so they have the current owner that we've been working with.
Yeah.
But before the owner switched, I messaged them because my ears were fucked.
Yeah.
And I was like, they ended up not responding. But I wasn't famous at the time. But I was like, in the ad, I was like, I really wish I had these at the time, because instead of using a magnet, I used like a chip bag like clip. Like one of those clips. That's why my ears are like triangles now. Like you see like the little like the indents. It's because it was a chip bag.
Wow.
It's disgusting.
So long story short, get some Caulibuds.
use Caulibuds. Do not use chip bags, chip bag clips. Thank you to Juce Organics and thank you to Caulibuds. Make sure you guys check them out. We'll probably have their links to their stores in the description of this video, as well as some other sponsors we're working on.
Yep.
Might add those in, might not. We will see. But anything else to bring up?
No, I mean just that.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.